What if everything you believe about yourself is a misunderstanding? What if the one who is seeking truth is itself the final illusion? What if the very sense of being a separate me is only a temporary appearance in something far greater, something you have never actually left? And what if this truth is not comforting, not spiritual, not even personal? A seeker once sat before Nisargadatta Maharaj, burdened not by ignorance but by accumulated knowledge. He had read scriptures. He had practiced meditation. He had disciplined his body and mind. He had refined his understanding. Yet, beneath all that effort, something remained unsettled, a quiet dissatisfaction that no practice could silence. He asked, almost trembling, "Maharaj, what is the final truth?" Maharaj did not rush to answer. He had no interest in feeding the mind another concept. When he spoke, it was direct, almost surgical. He said, "First understand what you are not." Why did he begin there? Because according to Maharaj, the human problem is not ignorance of truth. It is identification with falsehood. We are not lacking truth. We are entangled in misidentification. The seeker pressed further, "I understand I am not the body. I understand I am not the mind. I have heard this many times, but what remains?" Maharaj looked at him and said, "Stay with the sense, I am, before words, before identity, just the raw feeling of being." Notice the precision here. He did not say, "Believe you are the self." He did not say, "Visualize light." He did not give ritual, mantra, or philosophy. He pointed to something immediate, the simple sense of existence, the bare fact I am. Why? Because Maharaj knew that before you are a man or woman, before you are spiritual or worldly, before you are successful or broken, there is a prior knowingness, a silent fact of being. The seeker asked, "Is this I am God?" Maharaj responded in a way that shocks many spiritual aspirants. He said, "The I am is the door, not the absolute." Why would he say that? Because even the feeling, "I exist," appeared at birth. It was not there before the body consciousness arose. And what appears must also disappear. This is the part that is not for everyone. Most spiritual paths stop at consciousness. They worship awareness. They glorify the witness. But Maharaj went further. He said, even consciousness is time-bound. The absolute is prior to consciousness. Think about the magnitude of that statement. We assume consciousness is ultimate. But Maharaj observed that consciousness has a beginning. It comes with the waking state. In deep sleep, it vanishes. Yet something remains, something that does not come and go. The seeker, unsettled, asked, "If even consciousness is temporary, then what am I?" Maharaj replied, "You are that which knows the coming and going of consciousness." This is subtle. He is not creating a new identity for you. He is removing the last one. He constantly warned, do not convert this into a concept. Do not imagine some grand cosmic self. The absolute cannot be perceived because it is prior to perception. It cannot be experienced because it is prior to experience. The seeker objected, "But Maharaj, if it cannot be experienced, how can it be known?" And here is the razor. Maharaj would say, you do not know it as an object. You are it. Why did he emphasize this so strongly? Because the mind is addicted to experience. It wants something dramatic, light, bliss, expansion, But the Absolute is not an experience in time. It is that because of which time appears. The seeker, feeling stripped of every foothold, whispered, "Then what is the purpose of practice?" Maharaj answered, "Practice is only to remove false identification. You are not becoming anything. You are ceasing to pretend." This is why he was uncompromising. He was not interested in comforting the ego. He saw clearly that the ego survives by spiritual accumulation, more knowledge, more experiences, more refinement. He cut through it by constantly pointing back to the source of the I. Find out who says I. Stay there, do not move. Why stay with the sense I am? Because it is the doorway where individuality dissolves into pure being. If you remain with it without labeling, without imagination, it reveals its own impersonal nature. The personal I begins to thin out. What remains is simple presence. And if you stay even there, without clinging, even that presence dissolves into the Absolute. This is why Maharaj said, "This teaching is not for everyone." It offers no reward to the ego, no spiritual status, no mystical entertainment. It demands the death of the seeker. The seeker once asked him, "Maharaj, will realization happen to me?" Maharaj laughed softly and said, "To whom?" That question is not intellectual. It is destructive. To whom will realization happen? To the body? To the mind? To the story? To the spiritual identity? All of those are objects appearing in consciousness. Maharaj was pointing beyond even the witness to the formless source where no individuality has ever existed. And here is the profound paradox. You are not trying to reach the Absolute. You cannot. Because you have never left it. The only movement is the dropping of false certainty. When the seeker finally became quiet, not from suppression, but from exhaustion of seeking, something simple remained. No fireworks, no visions, no dramatic transformation, just undeniable being. And Maharaj would say, that is enough. The truth is not for everyone because most want improvement, not dissolution. They want security, not groundlessness. They want to survive spiritually, not disappear. But if something in you is ready to let go of even the subtlest identity, if you are willing to question even the sense, I am, then this teaching becomes alive, not as philosophy, not as belief, but as the silent fact of what you have always been, before birth, after death, before consciousness, after consciousness, not something you experience, but that because of which everything appears. And if this unsettles you, good. It means the illusion is shaking.